Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be sharing, in my opinion, whether or not I think you should visit Walt Disney World in 2020. So this is completely my opinion and just how I feel about the situation, but there are a couple reasons why I feel that way. So without further ado, let's get started. So, should you visit Walt Disney World in 2020? No. So there are a couple of reasons. Number one, I personally am not going to visit, as someone in my family is at high risk. So we would never put her in a situation, it's my sister, we would never put her in a situation where she would be at risk, or like heightened risk. So we were originally supposed to go in May, at the beginning of May, which was canceled, and we rescheduled for October. And then after talking about it, we decided to reschedule again to next May. And the day after we decided to cancel that portion of the trip, they announced that all dining reservations were canceled for the remainder of 2020. So if we hadn't have decided that we weren't gonna go, that probably would have been the nail in that coffin on that trip. So things have changed a little bit since then. So I'm gonna go through the reasons why I don't think that you should visit. I'll also say kind of like my other thoughts of like who should potentially visit, but for the most part I don't think that you should. And then also I'll go through where Walt Disney World stands right now in terms of reservations and everything like that. So one reason why you should not go is the cost has not changed. There hasn't, I mean, there could be discounts now, but for the most part, the cost of tickets, of merchandise, food, everything like that has not changed. But the experience is very, very different. Number two, you have to wear a mask in Florida, and it's July. Like, I have to wear a mask at work in air conditioning all day, and I'm hot. So I don't think that that is a pleasant experience, especially when you're paying the same amount of money for something that is so much scaled back. Next, dining reservations are not available at all restaurants. So if there is one restaurant that you really want to eat at, it might not be open, or it might not be accepting reservations. Or reservations might already be gone because restaurants are, so if you think of when they canceled all of the reservations, so say on a normal, I don't know the exact numbers, but say like for a normal operating, reservations make up 80 or 90% of the capacity of the restaurant, because at Disney World you can't really walk up to a restaurant and go, can I eat here? And they'll say, no, sorry, we're full. So they had to cancel all of that, because if the restaurant has to be at 50% capacity and they have 40 to 50% of reservations over that point, how do you choose who gets a reservation and who doesn't? So they had to cancel all of those reservations. But now, if the parks are operating at like 20 to 30%, the restaurants would have to operate at 50% or probably less. So there's that many less reservations available for that restaurant. And like, I get that there's less people in the park, but people need to eat, and people who know that they need to plan for Disney know that they need to make dining reservations if they want to eat somewhere. So the odds of getting that reservation are probably even less. If that makes sense. Probably a little confusing. It makes sense in my head. But I don't, like, buffets are gonna be different if available at all. Like, and if you think about that, like, that's crazy. Like, and like, so what restaurants are buffet? Is Oscar House, I don't know how you say it, the one in the Norway Pavilion, the one in the Germany Beer Garden, what other ones are there? Would restaurants like Tepe and Ito be operating? Like, I know the Garden Grill was opening in a modified capacity, but I think that was in terms of the character. That's bringing a bunch of food to your table, so I guess that's fine. But just like dining in general would be very, very different right now. And it is a modified experience. There's no fireworks or parades. There are like kind of random characters going down Main Street, but if that's something that's important to you, like, there's not really a point in going because you're not going to see that. Obviously, I think that they're going to try to get to a point where they could have some sort of experience like that. But like, if you've seen Happily Ever After, when I saw it, they were like, everybody stand up, move together, and close all available space. Like, you know, you've heard that a million times at different rides and attractions, like, fill all available space. Like, that's not happening anymore. So, and I don't know that they can control that safely. So you're paying the same amount of money for no parades, no fireworks. A lot of shows aren't going on, like performance shows. I know, like, Carousel of Progress has been open, and that's with like every other row is not available, and then there's sections of seats that are blocked off. But it just, to me personally, going now is not worth it. I am in Canada, so it's not even an option right now. The border is closed. But the other thing is, we were originally going to go in October. If I'm going in October, I'm going to go to the Halloween party because that's one thing that's special that time of year that's not available any other time of year. Halloween party has been canceled for 2020. So, like, there's not really a difference in going that time of year. I guess there's some of the decorations, but I don't think that that's worth it. So let's look at where things stand right now. So they have opened dining reservations back up, but they're operating with a 60-day reservation window instead of 180 days. So 60 days is closer to what Disneyland does, and Disneyland doesn't have an opening date right now. But there is also a mobile check-in option through the My Disney Experience app, which I learned, which is cool, and would be helpful for keeping the like front of the restaurant clear by the podium and stuff like that. Park reservations are required. I've seen in some Facebook groups that people don't understand that you need a reservation to get into the park, and that just, like, it's one more step of planning that people might not even realize. And if you're planning on going before September of 2021, you should probably start planning now, because park reservations are required as of right now, as of July 12th, 2020, up until September of 2021. So we've already made our park reservations for May. I didn't realize that we had to make those like now. I was lucky that I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups that I saw that before the park reservation system opened, that we could do that. And like, that's crazy to me, and I don't think that a lot of people know. So hey, if you're planning on going on in 2021, you need to start thinking about it, start picking your dates, and make sure that you can do that, because once parks hit capacity, they're not going to accept any more reservations for it. And now 2020 ticket and resort packages have resumed. So when I first started writing this post, you couldn't even get a park ticket for the remainder of 2020 if you didn't have them already. So now they've opened that back up, and I know that there are some resort package discounts that are available for the remainder of 2020, but the capacity is going to be a lot less, and to me, again, just still not worth it. Now, who do I think that it would be worth to go to the park? If you could drive there, if you're local, I would say if you drive there. To me, I would not be wanting to go on an airplane, but I know everybody has different levels of comfort. I am definitely a more cautious person, and especially because I have someone in my family that I need to be cautious for, that's not something that's on my radar. And I know that we talked very, very briefly about, well, maybe we should go to Aulani in October, and Hawaii still has a mandatory, I think, 14-day self-isolation, but would I want to spend 10 hours on a plane right now? So I do think that there are some exceptions to the rule. Like, if you have an annual pass, then you can go at any time. Like, obviously you still need the park reservation, but if you can go every, like, that it's not, Disney World for a lot of people is a once in a lifetime experience, that you're going once, now is not the time to go. But if you go multiple times, or you're okay with the lesser experience, you want to be there just to be there, like, I get that, and if that's what you want to do, go for it. But like, and I do think that Disney is doing a good job in trying to keep everybody safe and trying to keep people apart and everything like that, but I would not be going there right now, especially in Florida. But I don't know, like, I don't have anything against people who are choosing to go there. Like, that's fine, you do you. But me personally, I'm not going there. Number one, I can't because the border is closed. But number two, I'm not going to put myself in that situation. So, this is just my opinion. Feel free to tell me what your opinion is down below. I'm not putting this out there to be controversial, but I'm just putting it out there as my opinion, and just to see someone else's perspective, potentially someone's perspective who not is taking it more seriously, but has to take it more seriously because they are directly in contact with someone who is at risk. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will say that seeing the parks open again makes me happy, even though it's very, very different. But I'm happy that the parks finally opened. Do I think that it's like the right decision? It's not really, like, who cares what I say, but I don't think that, but I think that they are doing the best that they can, and it's like, makes me happy just to see people walking down Main Street again and seeing the castle. Also, what do you think of the castle? It's growing on me. I really didn't like it to start, but I think I saw a picture that was like either super pink or like they went over it to tone down the pink. But yeah. I feel like I'm just talking in circles. So let me know what you think down below. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? Let me know. But I hope you all stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.